And I'll let you into a secret. This is no ordinary camper van. You're not going to be seeing many of these around. Well, not for now anyway. I think you will more in the future. It's expected to do very, very well. We've seen in recent times, in the last couple of years, that adventure vans, these vans with the bigger wheels, the chunkier tyres, the off-road look, the swamper look, they've done remarkably well. And that's what this van is. This is all-wheel drive, all-terrain tyres on it, but it's got an even better feature, which not many vans have. But this is going to have it. So let's talk about exactly what it is, get inside and check it out. We can see from the outside that this is a Ford Transit, but it's not just any Ford Transit. This is the Ford Transit Trail, and it's been converted by Vanworx, and this is the Chesil conversion, and it's rather special. So just from the side here, we can see that it's got these beautiful graphics, these yellow accents which goes throughout the vehicle, the front, the back, around the side. Along the side, we've got this trapezoid sidebar, and then we've got these Delta alloy wheels, and they've got those big chunky tyres for exactly this sort of surface which I'm actually driven on today. And it's rather windy. It is very, very windy, and I can see already it's getting a little bit dusty. But don't worry, it's off-road. That isn't going to be a problem. Round the front, we've got these laser lights, which when I first saw it, I actually thought that they were OEM. They just really nicely integrated into the bumper. So they're going to provide that extra light in the evenings. Really quite a nice touch. You can see it's got more accents here, and this front end, which is unique to the Trail. And you might well notice, we've got the Vanworx badge there. Let's get inside and see what we've got in here. So any of you actually saw my NEC show videos, I did say that I was going to be talking about this. And I was actually going to be coming and I was going to be taking it out, and actually taking it out to actually stay a few nights in it, spend a bit of time with it, you know, get to grips with it and see what it's really like. But this vehicle is actually sold. It's actually a customer's vehicle now, so I have to be very, very careful. I'm not going to be able to use it like I'd originally planned on doing so. Maybe when they build the next one, maybe that's when I'll be going to be able to do that. But I can still give you exactly what's in here, what the spec is, what I think of it in my initial impressions. I'm going to have a good look at it, and I can already tell that it's got some very, very high spec, and like I said, something special which I think maybe is going to be something that a lot more people are going to have in the future. It is a common question that people ask, how can you do this? And this answers that. Anyway, what I'm actually sat on here is the Moby frame bed. So this Moby frame bed system is a system which is kind of relatively new to the market. We've probably started seeing them the back end of last year. And as you can see, it's on these rails. So what that means is it's a bed, which obviously you can sleep in, but it's a seat which moves forward and back, and it's really easy to do. So you've got this bar down here, and you can just lift that up. And as you can see there, it says open and lock. And you can just pull it forward like that and lock it into these different positions. You can see in here that these are all the different positions it locks into. So you can pull it forward when you want to put up the bed, and also when you've pulled it forward, it creates that extra space in the back, so you can store lots more items in there. Maybe you want to be putting your paddle boards and your kayaks, and you know, maybe your My Rider bike and your wetsuits and all the stuff like that. Just got loads of space. But obviously it folds out into a bed as well. And again, that's quite straightforward. So you pull this bar here, that pulls that out, this folds down, and then what we've got under this side down here, there's a little lever which you can pull, and that unlocks it, and then you need to do it with two hands. There we go, that's unlocked that. That folds down, as you can see there. Pop that in, and then we have made a bed with this flap to fold down. And we've got here an inbuilt mattress topper. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lie down, and to be honest with you, I think that's actually really quite comfortable. Don't worry, Mr. New Owner, my feet are well outside the vehicle, nowhere near. but it feels really comfortable. And I know a lot of people don't like the rib beds anyway, or you know, the rock and roll beds, because they say that they're too hard, so they've got a separate mattress topper. So a lot of people have already got like a duvet or something like that. So if that's you, then maybe you might not need a duvet. Maybe you just might actually need your sleeping bag or your duvet and just put it on top, because that's actually rather quite comfortable. Like, I can sleep on, you know, a rib bed anyway with my duvet. So definitely 100% am I going to be comfortable sleeping on that. But maybe one day we'll find out. I shall test that out. So let's put the bed back, and I'll show you the kitchen units, the hob, and some other trick electrics which we've got in here. Just to show you kind of how easy it is, I can reach down whilst I'm sat on it with one hand and just take it back. There we go, let it click in, click, there we go. Now we can have a look at what we've got over here. So look at these units, and again we've seen with the yellow accents outside, which looks very, very nice against that grey, but we've got the same continued in here. So it continues and it's got this grain effect. Long-term viewers of the channel will know that I really like these catches. They are really, really nice. It's just kind of like a positive catch. It catches on there, nice that, with a nice little click, and it's soft close as well. So we've got 1, 2 and 3 drawers. The bottom one down here being rather a deep one, so you can be storing your bigger items in there. Push the bed back even further, and then we can get inside this cupboard. So this cupboard has got some of the utilities in, and importantly we have a copper gas pipe coming out of the gas locker. Now I did see, well, I see it quite often, gas hoses, rubber gas hoses in units like this. That is how it is meant to be. This has been done professionally, this has been done properly. That is what you should be seeing inside your conversion, if you can see them at all. So gas locker there, that'll have a dropout vent as well, because obviously we need a vent for it to drop out. We've got a whale water pump, whale water filter, and other utilities in there, as you can see. And down there we've got a water tank, and I shall show you in a moment where that fills up, because it's a nice feature. A feature you might have seen before, but one I really rather like. So closing that cupboard, we've got some more storage in here. So a tambour door, and that's nice. You can get some really, really cheap ones, but that's a very, very nice one. You've got a shelf in here, and I'm sure that if you didn't want the shelf, then that could be removed, so you could actually have a bigger storage area. So I shall go to the storage at the rear in a minute, but we do have some speakers up here, some Hertz speakers, and we've got this little storage cupboard there. Always useful to have lots of storage. Perfect. So what is important? So if you're going to be spending your evenings in the colder evenings in the UK, then you're obviously going to be wanting a diesel heater, and this one's got the Webasto diesel heater. So this fan is fitted with that, and then we've got a control panel down here. There we go, look at that, lights up with Vanworx. So in here we can see that it can be controlling our lights. We've got the master switch on, we've got the lights on, the water pump is not on at the moment, we don't want that on at the moment. You change your date, your time, your temperature, batteries, and lithium pro. So the batteries in this one is very, very high spec. It is a lithium pro battery, which is, I believe, the only NCC approved battery. And here we can tell exactly what the battery is doing at the minute. So the percentages, the volts, how many amps are being drawn, the temperature of the battery. So there's lots and lots of really information there. Not for everybody, not everybody likes the information overload, but if you are a bit of an info geek, then there you go, you can see that on the screen there. So we have USB-C, being the modern way, 240 volts socket, and then we have the Dometic 2-burner gas hob, and also a sink as well. So obviously we can be doing your cooking on your gas. We've seen the gas locker in there for the gas bottle, and we've got the water tank is back there, and the water pump, so you've got that flow of water. So everything what you need for a camper van, you've got your electricity, you've got your gas, you've got cooking facilities, and you've got your heater. So it is perfect for those camping adventures. And to be keeping the things cold, we have a Dometic fridge, the 50-litre Dometic fridge with removable freezer as well. And look at that. Look which way it opens. It opens this way, because you're here, there, it opens this way. I see a lot of conversions these days, and I don't like it, where they open from this side. Well, if it's opening from that side, the door's opening here, and you're not there. You're not over here, you're over here. So you need it to be opening this way. Just something to be having a look at when you are looking at your camper conversion, which you're thinking about getting. And then the outlet for the diesel heater comes a vent, which is there, which is better than some of them, which I've seen comes out in locations such as that there, but we won't talk about that. The van is fitted with van shades blinds throughout, which match perfectly the grey, and we've got this material here, Alcantara. Not going to touch it because don't want to dirty it, although the wind and the dust is doing a good enough job for that as it is. And then the blind can go back up. Opening window in the rear, which is obviously very useful. I personally like it when the rear window opens. Not all conversions have it. You don't always come spec with it. This one does, and I think it's a nice feature. Good thing to be having. Above the units, we've got a little bit of storage, and bearing in mind that this does meet gas safety regulations, and then the height of that is the correct height, which is over 50 centimeters as it should be. So just quickly having a look in the front, this is the Ford Transit, so it's got the brand new Ford Transit dash infotainment system. As far as the vehicle is concerned, it is all-wheel drive. It's the 170 horsepower automatic. You'll see that it's not got the manual gear stick in the middle there. The controls are over this side to change the gears, and it's just a really nice, modern, refreshed interior. Got some more USB charging underneath. You've got a USB-C and a USB-A, and then you've got your 12-volt accessory socket there. Cup holders. Everybody likes a nice cup holder, and we've got the cup holder there, and then the flap to obviously close that down. So let's just pop round and have a look at the seating. So as far as the seating's concerned, so matching like we've got in the rear, we've got these lovely leather upholstered seats, which have been lovely retrimmed. They've got the nice yellow stitching to match the yellow accents throughout the vehicle. We've got the light grey leather in the middle, and then we've got the darker grey on the outside. Obviously twin captains, that's the way I personally like my camper vans. And then look at the logo, the detail which they've put in the backrests there. Really high quality. Throughout this vehicle is absolute high quality. So I'm just going to shut that door, and we'll go around to the back, and the wind again, and the tailgate model, so we can see. So now I've got the seat as far back as it possibly can go, and as you can see, there isn't much room there. But like I said, the seat is far back as it possibly can, so that seat can go further forward, which it will do. So here we've got another timber door, and we've got some more storage. One thing of which is the shower attachment. So as far as the shower is concerned, the shower attaches down there, just on the tailgate, and then you can actually pop it on there, so you can have a nice shower. This is not a hot water shower at the moment. There is going to be an option for hot water to be added, potentially retrofitted in the future. At the moment it is just a cold shower, but it's not going to be too difficult to add hot water at a later date. So as I talked about the filler cap, so the filler cap is nicely tucked away in the tailgate here. So this just obviously swivels, so you can fill the cold water tank from there. Really easy, better than having the flaps on the outside, which I don't particularly like the nice clean look from the outside. So that is where the water goes. And in here, behind that, is where the water tank is, and the wheel arch. You can just see a bracket down there which actually holds that water tank in place. So we've got your fuse board there, so that's for the 240 volts, and you can see using the proper cable, the Arctic cable there, and then you've got your fuses there, easily accessible. So if anything goes, then you know where they are, you can easily access them. There's no pulling panels off or anything like that, very easily accessed. So again, these nice positive catches in the rear. Let's shut that timber door. No, let's not. Let's put the shower back in first. And then just to admire some of this furniture up here. So this is lovely, lovely wood, and I know that this has been in development for quite a long time. I'm just going to get out of the wind because it's extremely, extremely windy. I'm being blown out. Look at my hair, it's all over the place. Really windy. So yeah, this has been in development for quite a while. I know at the October NEC show, they did have this vehicle there, but it was a different interior. They played around with it since, and they've made a lot of revisions to make it better. Improvements all along, just that continuing perfection, looking for that perfection to make it better for you, the end customer. So these units, I don't know how many he said that he'd actually been through, but they've been through quite a lot of different wooden units just to make sure that it is the best it possibly could be. So over here we've got other window. This is in the rear of the van, obviously, and again it's fitted with van shades blinds. We've also got one in the tailgate, and then also in the sliding door which we've got here. So again, van shades. And yeah, beautiful blinds. You'll have noticed that I've used those many times before. And what have we got here? Well, we've got the new locate table. So the table itself is the table which you've seen before. So perfect table, you can take it out with the vehicle, you can take it on your picnics, you can put it wherever you want, easily removable. Something I really like, but it's this here. So this is the easy way of removing it. So you can turn that, and then the table pops out. So the other way which you had to do it, it could be a little bit fiddly, and I do know a few people struggle with it. You kind of had to put it down at the bottom, in at the top, and it could have been a bit of a faff. But that is the new way of doing it, and it's absolutely brilliant. Really, really easy to do. So the front seats, not only are they captain seats, lovely upholstered, but they also swivel, and these are sat on the rib swivel seats. With the Ford Transit conversions which they've got at the moment, you can get some factory swivel seats, but the factory swivel seats come on the Campervan vehicle. This has been built on the Trail. The Trail is not the Campervan, so they have used the rib swivel seats which have been crash tested. So going outside again, unfortunately, into the wind. So back outside, and we can see that obviously this is a campervan version with a pop-top roof, and on this one we've got the Remo roof. Now it is so windy, and this is the customer's vehicle. I'm actually reluctant to put it up. So what I'm going to do is I'll take it back to Vanworx, see if I can put it up in the car park there where it is a lot less windy, and I can actually show you. But yeah, it's the Remo popped up roof, what used to be called the Deluxe, but now it's just a standard. It's so high spec that it's the one which everybody wanted, so it's now just a standard roof, which has got the springs, so it isn't a bedboard. So you'll know that I like the beds which are the actual proper sprung ones, so the different rather than the actual just a plank of wood, which can be extremely uncomfortable. This has got the proper sprung bed, so you're going to be really, really comfortable. So wherever you're sleeping, whether that be downstairs, as I always call it, on the Moby frame bed, or whether you're upstairs in the Remo pop top, you're going to have a nice, comfortable night's sleep, kept warm by that Webasto heater system. You've got your electrics for the wonderful lighting, and you've got some LED strip lights inside which look fantastic. But what about that feature which I mentioned, that probably a lot more people are going to be wanting it in the future? Well, these days when people are out and about, they actually want 4G or 5G internet. And the best way of getting that, whilst you're actually in the middle of nowhere, is the Starlink system. So this vehicle, before it goes to its new owner, is going to be fitted with the Starlink system. It's something that can be optioned. I know it's been an option which is going to be popular going forward. I know a lot of other converters are doing it as well. But the Starlink system means that you can get super fast internet wherever you are. As long as the panel can actually see the sky, then you're going to have some good internet. Whereas your 4 or your 5G, no matter what network you're on, you're always going to be getting those spots where you're not going to have that signal. You're always going to get those areas in the summer months, which I often get when I'm down in Cornwall, that you might have a signal, but there's so many people trying to use it that you just don't have the bandwidth. You don't have that fast connection. So now with Starlink, this van is going to have super fast internet. And you might be thinking, well, I don't want that. I've got my van to be getting away from all that. Well, don't buy it then. But it is an extremely commonly asked question. So obviously, even though you might not want it, a lot of other people do. So what do you think of this Vanworx Chesil? Is it a van for you? Do you want that all-wheel drive, that all-terrain look, so you can be going to different areas, so you're not going to be getting stuck in the mud, so you can drive on beaches without any issues of getting stuck? They are becoming extremely popular, especially with the crafters. Obviously, Vanworx have got the Max Track, which I will be having a look at in more detail in the coming months. These adventure vehicles are becoming more popular. People are buying them. Now, this could be an option for you. I really like it, and I'll let you into a secret. I prefer the look of the Transit to a do of the Transporter. So maybe in the future, you're going to be seeing a lot more of these vans on the road. Not many now, but I can guarantee you're going to be seeing a lot more of these coming soon. Anyway, if you didn't see the amazing camper vans, which I saw at the NEC show, then you can have a look at those videos here. Thanks for watching, take care, and I hope to see you soon.